Now we are going to create the VPC using Wizard, and we are going to name our VPC as our VPC, and we will be making our VPC according to this diagram. So let us go into console. So we will go to the VPC dashboard. So what we are saying, launch VPC Wizard. So different type of you can options are there. That means you can select a configuration VPC with a single public subnet. Now what is it going to do? It will create one VPC with one single public subnet. So in your case, no private subnet will be there. So by default this. Second is VPC with public and private subnets. So it is going to give you one public subnet, one private subnet. So in our case, we will be creating by using this option, because in our case our requirement is one public, one private subnet. And what are these other options? VPC with public and private subnet and hardware VPN access, that is another option. Then we have got VPC with private subnet only and hardware VPN. We are not going to cover this, so we will be using this in this case here. That means because we want to create one public and private, it is going to make clear lot of things that you need for creating VPC. So that is why we have chosen one public, one option where it is going to create one public and private subnet. So what we are going to say, select. Now the options are there. That means which will be our IP address block will be there. So we have specified that this is going to be our block. VPC name we are going to put, our public subnets address, availability zone, subnet name, then private, availability zone, private name. And look at this. When we have to create by using this wizard, we need this Elastic IP for creating a NAT gateway. Since we have not created the gateway, if we are going to click on create, what will happen? It will not be successful. So please remember why we have shown you. That means whenever you have to create this VPC with public and private subnets, we need to have one Elastic IP. So in our case, what we will do, we will cancel. So first step is going to be, we are going to create one Elastic IP. Now we are going to say allocate Elastic IP. Which pool we want to use? Public IP address pool, Amazon's pool of IP addresses. So we are going to use that. Any tag you want? No, we are just going to say allocate. Now you have been given one real IP address. This is the real IP address that we will be using for creating our NAT gateway. So Elastic IP address allocate. Please, whenever you are going to create Elastic, please immediately you have to use this. If you are not going to use, a lot of charges will be there. So you cannot keep it free. So in our case, we have created the now Elastic IP, and now what will happen? The benefit of Elastic IP is that it is not going to change. Although when we create the instance, that time it is given one real IP address, but that can change when the system will reboot or we are going to shut down, then again start. But once this Elastic IP has been given to you, this is not going to change. So again we will move to this wizard VPC dashboard. We are going to say launch. We are going to choose this, select. So this is the range. We will name our VPC as our VPC. Our VPC. Then what will be the range? So here we are going to give the range 1 to another subnet, which range we want to give, because both for public and private we have given the same, so it is will show that overlap. So in our case now it is okay. Now please remember, when we are saying that this 10.0.1.0/24, by default 2 power 8 256 addresses will be available, but imagine people they keep 5 addresses for reserve. First one is for network address, then for gateway, then for DNS one is reserve, one they have kept for future use, and one is broadcast. So 5 addresses will not be available, 251. Then where we are going to AP South 1A, we will name it as pub 1. This is 10.0.2.0. So again we are going to say this is going to be our zone AP South 1A. We will name it as Pri 1, and now that earlier it was not visible. So enable DNS hostname, it is okay. So let us again go to the diagram. So we have specified the options according to our lab. This is it. Now when we are going to create, that means this is pub, this is this address, Pri 1, this is the address, the NAT gateway, this automatically will get created IG, we will see, and this is the networks range, and this is our name, our VPC. So let us again go. Now again let us verify, and please we are specifying no IPv6 CIDR block, so we are not using IPv6. So let us create. Now it is going to take some time, it could be 2 to 3 minutes. So once it is going to get created, we will see which routing, whether it has created a routing table or not, 2 subnets are available or not. We will be looking at this, and what is the routing table, what entry it has made, what internet gateway it has given. We are going to, let us again have a look until it is going to create that. That means now when we created that, this will get created, one pub 1 will be get created, one private will be, gate will be there. Now we will see whether it has created the route table according to that we have specified in the diagram. This routing table associated with this routing table associated with this one NAT interface will be linked in this, your internet gateway will be there. So let us again move to our, so it will take certain time, so we will wait for that, and again we will look into the detail whatever it has created. And please remember, now what we are going to do for checking whether our this public subnet is available or not, what we are going to do, we will try to launch one web server in our public subnet, and we will see whether that our address has been given private from this range or not. Now what it is saying, VPC created successfully. So your VPCs, this is our VPC, this is available, this is the range, and what about the subnets? Pub 1 is there, private 1 is there, and it is saying that is he available. It is showing the range. In one it is showing 250, here it is showing 251 available, it is showing. Then internet gateway. Now this is one gateway, This is one gateway. So it is one is attached with. Now in our case, please remember, our VPC is this one. VPC, for remembering, we will say that 036. So now when you are going to go into this internet gateway attached, that means this is our VPC. So in our case, this is our gateway. And what about that NAT gateway? It has also created that NAT gateway. Details are available here. This is that is the address that we use. Then what about that subnets? And in subnet the range is there, and then route table. So let us check. These are two route tables. One is main, one is not main. So when we are going to click on the route table, it is showing that 10.0.0/16, and this is your NAT gateway. And which subnet is associated with this? That private one. So you have to understand the networking. That means, let me again, because this is very important. So this is your network, and internet traffic will go through the NAT gateway. Now if we are going to check about the another route table, so we'll go back, route tables. So again we will click on this. Now look at this. This is this range, and this is going through a gateway. That means we were able to successfully create our VPC. Now to verify whether we are getting the addresses or not, and how to use these VPC that we have created ourselves, how to create instances or resources there, that we are going to look at.